Hello, welcome back. So this is another War Spanner episode. So those that are familiar with our Horde mode, we've been having a little think and we're doing a play test today of putting in a bit more structure to what we're doing. So Joe's been inspired by Gears of War, was it, on the Horde mode from Gears of War?
Yeah, Gears of War.
And he's been writing us some new rules to go with. So basically now what will happen is we're going to have rounds, so waves of attacks will come. There won't be automatic respawns once they're killed. It's going to be a case of that they just stay on the board until they're killed and then they're removed. And the idea is that Joe's guys will need to try and kill my HQ within 5 rounds. And if I can survive the 5 rounds, then I will win. That way we're not just going endlessly with the same rolls and it getting boring. And I believe we've got objective markers out as well, which Joe's created, numbered, and I believe we'll roll each turn, and there will be buffers that I can access as the defender, just to help give me extra abilities and stuff like that. So keep watching. If you've got any ideas of how we can tweak, we'd love to hear it. And on with the play. Move the troops!
Move the troops!
For today's game then, I shall be playing my Lord of Virulence. So he's equipped with the Plague Skull of Goliatha. His Warlord trait is revoltingly resilient. He can teleport strike, and he's got a 4+ invulnerable save. Weapons wise, it's a standard loadout. It's got a Blight Grenade, a Crack Grenade, Plague Claw, and Twin Plague Spear.
So attacking, we've got the Ultramarines. Now, my plan is basically to deploy them and announce them, just so Chris doesn't know what I'm bringing. Yeah, so they're going to be deploying in here, and as we go down the turns, obviously the dice will count down as well, more so as a visual reminder to ourselves. They will just slowly advance forward and obviously try and take out Chris's
Lord of Virulence.
Lord of Virulence, yes, thank you. So my units, basically they don't have unit coherency, so they can spread out. Okay, so we're going to roll to see which one is active. Number 1, which is right the way over there.
Damn.
So number 1 is re-roll, so you'll be able to re-roll all hits of 1s, all wound rolls.
So do I have to physically jump on it and then do I have to be within an aura?
So you've got to within 3 inches, and you've got to stay on it, unless the ability says otherwise. You have to stay on it for that turn. So we're going to move on to Chris's turn 1.
Okay, so I'm going to teleport strike in. We've had a little conflab, and I'm going to go for the tactic of try and take out as many of your guys before the next waves arrive, rather than standing back here and letting them all build up. So I'm going to teleport strike in.
You've moved?
Yeah.
Are you shooting?
I'm going to try, but we'll see if I'm actually close enough. Okay, so I'm going to use my Twin Plague Spear, which I believe automatically hits. Okay, so ballistic skill is a 2+, but it automatically hits. So it's heavy 2d6, and it's a plague weapon. So 8 shots go through. So strength of that is 5, toughness is
4.
So 3s and above. It's a plague weapon. Or veiled. So arm piercing -1.
So shrugs off on a 3. No, sorry, 4. Okay, so that's 2 models down.
I like your tactic there as well. You move me out of the charging range. End of Death Guard turn 1. On to Ultramarine turn 1.
So I'm going to basically move my 3 Intercessors forward, and then we'll be right back once I've done that. Right, so we've moved basically 6 inches forwards. Now these guys are equipped with bog standard bolt rifle, rapid fire. So I believe we're probably within 15 inches, so we've got double the shots. Yep, just. So we just need to have a look and see what the rules are for firing through these pipes. So we'll be right back here. We've looked at the rules for pipes. Say that again. So they're going to fire in. We've looked at the rules for the pipe, so we're giving them light cover, heavy cover, and defensible, difficult ground. So I'm going to fire in. I'm not using my combat doctrines as well. Just gives me an unfair advantage. So ballistic skill of +3. So failed. Strength of that is 4. Toughness of him is
5.
5. So I need 5s and above to wound. So we've got 1, 2. 2 go through. So you get an extra 1 to your save now because you're in light cover as well. Hey, whoa! You don't use the deployment dice.
My bad.
Here you go, Chris. Let me pass you these.
Thank you.
Shrug them both off.
I would say so.
-1. So that gives you +1.
Yeah.
So that negates it. So whatever his standard.
So I think your saving throw was like 2 or 3. Either way, invulnerable save is 4. So
yeah, you shrugged off.
It's definitely shrugged off.
Okay. So that's the end of the Ultramarines turn 1. We move on to Death Guard turn 2. And the start of the second wave.
And the start of wave 2.
So wave 2 has introduced the Assault Intercessors. They have come to reinforce their brothers in battle against the treacherous heretic. This guy right there.
Okay, so we're going to roll to see which of the checkpoints is active. So that'll be 5.
So number 5 drops a shield that gives a +3 invulnerable save.
Okay, so the question is, do I move towards that knowing I can't actually get to it? Or do I go after your dudes?
Find out after this jump cut.
It's got a 5-inch movement to bring him down to 3 inches. So 3 inches brings me to there. Get to hop over this. So then when I come to charging, I'm not being penalised basically.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to shoot into these guys. Oh, that's good. 5. Okay, so strength of 5, toughness is
4.
So 3s and above.
So they all go through.
All went through. 1 piercing -1.
Shrugged 4 off, 1 goes through.
Okay,
So
so
that's-
it's 1 wound on.
And it was these guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's 1 wound.
Well, oh, sorry, 1 wound, sorry. Okay. Excellent. I need to go get another dice. There we go.
Okay. Not as good as the previous round for me. Moving into the charging phase, I'm going to charge into your guys here. Would you like Overwatch?
Yes, I shall take Overwatch. So, 6s.
Oh.
They all failed. Okay, so the Overwatch fails. So would you like to see if you make into your charge?
7 inches. This might be close. Oh, we're in.
You're in.
So I've got enough to get me into here, which brings me. Is that in engagement range? Yep. Okay, so on to fighter. I've got 6 attacks. Weapon skill is 2+, but with the Plague Claw, you have to add 1, so it's 3+. So on 3s, I land it. Oh. 3 failed, 3 went through. Okay, so strength of my Plague Claw is 8, toughness is
4.
so
2s and above.
So all 3 went through.
Any armor piercing?
Yep, -3.
So saves on 6s. And 3 have died.
It's 2 damage each.
Dead. 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 Well done.
Thank you. Okay, so it's your turn.
On to Ultramarines. Turn 2. So I'm going to move. That's the end of my movement phase. On to shooting. So first of all, these 2 guys are going to fire in. They've got ballistic skill of +3. Both go off anyway. Toughness of that is 4, strength is 5.
No.
Sorry, strength is 4, toughness is 5.
Yep.
So 5s and above. They both fail. Then we're going to move on to the Intercessors. Now you're still within 15 inches. So they've got the rapid fire. So it goes off on a 3+. Fail. So 4 go through. Strength is 4, toughness is 5. So 5s and above. And that's 2 to shrug off. Minus 1 AP. So I'm going to attempt to charge the Assault Intercessors.
Yeah, I'll take a watch then.
Okay. You don't need to roll, it automatically hits.
Now, does that still apply?
Automatically hits, yeah. It's the same with the flame aggressors.
Nice. So it's heavy 2d6. Oh, 11 shots. Strength is 5, toughness is
4.
So 4's and above.
Nope.
3's and above. It's a plague weapon. 1.
So shrugging off. 4's and above.
Ooh.
2, 3, 4 go 3.
So we've got enough to wipe that unit out.
1 damage each, aren't they?
1 damage each.
Yeah, so you've killed them. Well done.
So they never got to charge.
Nope.
Such a sorry story. So that's the first wave of your models wiped off the board. And we're about to start wave 3.
Wave 3. So you've took out wave 2 models. Wave 1 with these guys.
Okay. So
Wave
yeah.
2 with the Assault
So
Intercessors.
we've cleared wave 2, but we've still got wave 1. So this is wave 1 still here. But we've managed to clear wave 2. But unfortunately, I am now squarely in the deployment zone.
So the start of wave 3, the Ultramarines have called for reinforcements of the Interceptors. Drop down. Now our Chris's Lord of Virulence, is that right? Is deployed. Is within the deployment zone. So we're going to see how this unfolds. So we already took out 1 squad. We've got 3 Intercessors there, and 3 Interceptors have just dropped in.
Move the troops. My go. So I'm going to move like an inch closer. We've got a 5-inch range. I'm just moving close enough to these dudes. Next thing is obviously I'm going to spray into these dudes. So it's my heavy 2d6 automatically hits. 10 shots have gone through. Strength of 5, toughness is
5.
So 4's and above. Rerolling 1s because it's a plague weapon. 2, 4, 6 went through. Arm piercing -1.
So they have a saving throw of +3. So 4's and above to shrug off. Ooh. Shrugged 1 off. So that's how much health have they got? They've got 3 each. So 1's dead.
You only rolled 5 dice.
How many went through? So 5 went
6
through.
went through.
6. I'm trusting you on this, Chris.
Well, there's 6 dice here.
Okay. So 5 attack go through. So doing what, 2 damage each. So
2 damage each.
3 health. So 1's dead, and he's got some wounds.
1 wound left.
Thank you.
Okay, that's not a bad hit, really, is it?
No, that's not too bad, man. That's not too bad.
Okay, I can see this is going to become very painful for me, though. End of my shooting now onto my charging. I'm going to charge in, or would you like Overwatch?
Yes, please. So I'm going to deduct 1 command point. They've got assault 3 weapons, so I'm going to fire all those dice.
12 shots.
So I'm going to take the ones that have gone through. So that was a 6. That was a 6. Oops, that was a 6.
That's painful.
And that was a 6.
Oh, dear.
Strength of that is 5. Toughness is 5. So I need 4's and above. So that's 1, 2. Is that a 4 or 5?
That's a 3.
Okay. So 2 attack go through. They are -1 AP.
So saving throw of 3s. Should both off.
Very nice.
Do you want me to roll to see if I can get in?
No, of course you can get into that, man.
You always roll to do it, just to be William.
Think you're in.
In the middle.
Don't be such a Richard. You don't know what that means, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You looked at me, let's say...
No, it's because I said William meaning, but it's
Dick.
not William, it's Richard.
Richard.
So my joke, you can edit my joke out because it fell wrong because I said it wrong, and then you copied me, but said it right, which is even worse.
Well. Anyway,
Okay,
so you've charged.
I've charged. I'm in. You did some Overwatch. It tinged off me, but I was so angry I didn't bother with it. I just kept going. Now I've got 6 attacks.
6 attacks.
So Weapon skill is 2+, but I have to add 1 because I'm using my blade claw, so it's 3s. Okay, so 1 failed, so we've got 5 went through. Strength is ×2, so I believe that's 8. Toughness is
5.
So 3s and above.
3s and above.
Blade weapon, thank God. Praise the Lord. 5s and above, did you say? No.
3s and above. Also, are you attacking with your claw?
Yeah. Was that 3 or 2 that I just...
Is your power fist a plague weapon? It was a 2, I think. I don't know.
No, it's called a plague claw.
Okay.
Was it 2 or 3? I don't know, I can't remember that, so we'll just leave it.
I don't know.
4 went through.
Any armor piercing?
I'm going to have to check that out, sorry. Armor piercing is -3.
Wow, so 6s and above to save.
Ah,
Saved.
got 1. So 3 went through and it's 2 damage each. So 1's definitely dead.
He's dead. So 2 damage. That's this one. And that's 4 damage that go through that, so he's dead.
Good.
Yes?
Cleared those.
Mm-hmm.
No retaliation required.
This guy is a beast.
He is. I've not actually got a wound on him yet.
What are you pointing to these guys?
They're still hanging in there though, aren't they?
They ran off.
They've scattered. They're like, we'll just shoot from afar.
So you've basically done the tactic of what people do on video games, where you hang out in the spawn zone. You kill them as people spawn in. So
Before they've worked out what they're doing.
in video games, there's normally a shield around this that the enemy can't enter to stop that. We might have to just see whether we should add that into the game or not.
This is what we call a playtest.
We also didn't roll to see which dice, which objectives.
Really, does it?
Well, what about the one? What about? Oh yeah.
I just can't get to him fast enough because what I don't want to be doing is running off. Although at this point, running away actually works to my advantage because we're on turn 3.
We're on turn 4.
No, because
oh, sorry. This is still turn 3.
Yeah, so your bit will be to shoot and potentially charge during turn 3 with him. So I could now, in theory, start running away and ride out to the 5th doing that.
Yeah, you've cleared out everything down here. Yeah.
Apart from those 3.
Apart from those 3.
Oh.
For now.
Okay, so on to Ultramarines Turn 3.
These guys are the only guys I've got left. So you've took out my Interceptors. That was pretty epic, to be fair. They didn't even get a chance. You took out my second wave. You're struggling to take out these guys. But yes, rapid fire. So 6 shots coming in. It's not going to do anything. I can feel it. So goes off on a 3. Oh dear. Strength 4, toughness 5. So 5s and above. Not one goes through.
So you're going to hold those back so they can just keep firing in while...
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
These guys are lucky. They're from turn 1 and they survived the longest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to keep them there, and then we're going to now bring in the reinforcements.
Yeah.
So
it's end of Ultramarine Turn 3.
And then reinforcements.
So we'll be starting Death Guard Turn 4, which will be the next wave 4. We'll change the dice numbers down to 2 because we're counting down to the end of the game, and we'll roll to see which checkpoint's active.
Turn 4, we are introducing the Eradicator squads. They've heard the call of the fallen brothers, or they've heard the call from the Intercessors to help because the other guys have all died. And we're bringing in the big guns. So if we can survive, I reckon we could do some damage on this guy with this. So we forgot to say on the last turn which one was going to be.
It's just part of the next.
No. On the last one we didn't do what.
We didn't bother rolling because
yeah.
I wasn't going to use it.
So, do you want to roll to say which one is active?
We'll roll which checkpoint is active, which will be 6. That's that one all the way back here. I'm not going to be able to make it, but go on.
Do you want to know what it does?
May as well.
It's a communications array. Calls down an orbital strike.
Okay.
So select an area on the map. Everything within 6 inches gets a mortal wound on a +4.
Ah, so that's like that.
Very similar here.
Okay, fair enough. So I'm not going to be able to make it to that because even advancing won't get me there.
It's all the way over there.
I mean, we've got all this lovely scenery here and I'm not bothered using it. I'm just holding myself up over here. Right, I'm going to make a poor choice.
Okay.
I'm going to run.
Are you sure? You've only got to survive this round and the next round.
I'm going to run away.
Okay.
So I'm going to advance him away. So we've got a 5 onto the 5 inch, so we've got a 10 inch movement, which does mean that I'm then foregoing my thing. So they've brought me back to here, ready to hop over the tubes. Okay, so I can't shoot, can't do anything, so it's on to you. So this may be the end of me, but we'll see.
Okay, so we move on to Ultramarines Turn 4. I'm going to go on to the movement phase. So the Eradicators and the Intercessors are going to move. So the Eradicators got a movement of 5 inches. And then we go on to shooting phase. Intercessors are going to take a shot into him. Goes off on a 3+. Wounds on a 5. That's 3 wounds. You've got to shrug off. -1 AP.
So saving throws of 3. Oh. 2 went through.
2 went through.
Oh.
Disgustingly resilient.
Revoltingly resilient.
Sorry, revoltingly.
Oh, what's the damage?
Just 1.
Yeah, so just revoltingly resilient. So 5s and 6s, I shrug those off. So shrugged 1 off. Thank goodness, so I've taken 1 wound there. So we're down to 5 wounds left on my Lord of Virulence.
The Eradicators have got a range of 12 inches, they can all see. They are equipped with the Assault variant of the Multi-Melter. They've got the Total Obliteration, which is the 2 shots into a selected model. If I don't advance, and I haven't. So obviously double the shots coming through. Ballistic skill of +3. Oh, that was not a good roll. Oh my lord.
Yahtzee!
Wow, that is a lot of 1s. Okay.
Have you got any command points to command reroll?
Command reroll 1. It's a 2, it still failed. I think I'm down to 1 command point now. Never mind. It doesn't really matter.
So it's not the whole roll, it's only 1 individual.
Yeah, because they're individual shots.
Right.
If it was psychic, you would do both.
Okay.
Yes. So 1 goes through. Strength is 8. Toughness is 5. So 3 and above, and it fails. Oh, you are lucky. You are lucky.
No, Papa Nurgle is smiling down on this Lord of Virulence.
Okay, these 3 guys are going to charge. Do you want to take Overwatch? It
Yes.
automatically hits, so you might as well do.
Yeah. So it's heavy 2d6. 6 shots this time.
It's these guys, sorry,
Yeah.
charging.
So its strength is...
Strength is 5, toughness is 4, so it wounds on a 3 and above.
4.
-1 AP, is that, oh, -1 AP, is that right?
Yeah.
So, shrugs off on a 4+. Oh. Okay. 1 damage each.
1 damage each.
So 2 dead.
So 1 makes it in. Hey, you get to actually fight.
Whee! 1 makes it in. So he gets 3 attacks +1 for shock assault. So he's going to punch your guy 4 times. Goes off on a 3+, so they all go off. The strength of that is 4. Toughness is 5, so 5's and above. 1 goes through.
Any armor piercing?
No armor piercing.
7 throw 2, so you want a 1. You got a 1! Disgustingly resilient. Failed it. You actually managed to wound me.
I punched him. So I'm not surprised he managed to. Oh my god. Now he's poking him in the nose. Right, do you want to retaliate?
With my 6 attacks?
Yes.
So it would be a 2+, but it's a 3+ because it's my plague skill. Strength is 8, toughness is 4, so 2s.
Yes.
Remembering that on this one I re-rolled with the 1s. So 3 went through. minus 3
AP, I think we said. So shrugs off on 6s, and you won't believe he's dead.
He's definitely dead. I think at that point he just dropped the plague spear on his head and just went, hold that.
Squished him.
Hold my poodle, hold my poodle.
Right, and that is the end of Ultramarines turn. 4 onto Death Guard turn.
And wave 5.
Wave 5, yes. So 1 heavy.
So we will change the dice, we will re-roll to see checkpoints, and we will introduce the next wave.
So reinforcements have arrived. A Redemptor Dreadnought has heeded the call and has stormed onto the battlefield to help protect his brothers against the evil Death Guard.
So we will roll to see which checkpoint works. Oh, number 3 is active, so that would be this one here.
So that is Field Medic. Once you get within 6 inches, you get a D3.
Okay, so
6 inches?
I'm not quite there yet.
Okay, so if you get within 6 inches, it drops basically a 6-inch aura of healing.
So I get D3 wounds back.
D3.
Ooh, now you're testing my tactics. Because I can either decide to play it safe, turn and continue to run in that direction, because I've got movement of 5 inches. Take 2 off gives me 3, which gets me to the other side of the tubes. Which gets me just within the 6-inch radius.
So you're healing back up.
I was healing back up, which I've only got to survive this round. Or we have a showdown and I just go ploughing in.
Do you think
Hope
he can?
for the best.
Do you think he can survive? He's got one ability to shoot out.
And then 6 attacks.
So you'd have to kill one squad, charge the other, and kill him.
Now, if I'm playing to win, I turn and continue to run, level up and ride out the hail of bullets that you're going to send my way, because that will be the only thing that will be the problem. If I want to make it interesting, I fire into these guys and then charge him. But that would be your tactic, and which is where you normally fail and die, rather than playing it safe.
You've only got to survive this round, and then you win.
Death or glory, though, right? Death in glory.
I mean, most people watching this would want to take the victory rather than seeing...
Especially the Death Guard brethren. They'd want to see the Ultramarines fail. I want to see them fail too, but I want to embarrass them a bit more, so I'm going to be cocky.
Christopher's famous last words.
It really is. This is not going to end well. So I'm going to try and flame into... Yep, I'm spew into those.
Okay.
Okay, so it's heavy... Oh, I'll move first.
That was loud. That was so loud. I'm sure the camera just picked that up. That was Chris shaving. Yeah, that was Chris itching his beard.
It's a real good beard. Although I've got some great beard oils, I won't mention them until they send me free samples. Right then. So we're gonna flame into your big dudes. So it's heavy 2d6, automatically hits. So 5 shots. So that's not as good. Right. So strength was 5. I've been using it all evening. Strength is 5. Toughness is
5.
So 4s and above. That is
It's not good.
rubbish. This is where all 4s apart for me. Armour piercing -1.
So saves on 4s. Saved 1. Takes 1.
Oh, take 1.
How much damage?
1.
Okay.
How many wounds has your Redemptor Dreadnought got?
13.
Does he have heroic intervention?
No, you're not a character.
So I have the option now to wuss out, charge into these guys, stops you from shooting into me. You can then join the charge after, but it saves me a shooting range.
It does, but it doesn't, because I can just pull them out. Ultramarines, remember? Pull them out, shoot.
Yeah, well.
Ultramarines never pull out, unless they do.
Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge in.
Right. Who?
I kind of want to charge both. I want to charge right in the middle and engage both of you. Can I do that?
So I've got one command point left. And I think I can use that. There's an Ultramarine tactic where everybody within 6 inches of the charged unit gets to fire Overwatch.
So it doesn't matter which one I charge.
I think there's one command point, I'm not too sure.
Not too shabby, not too shabby. Okay, I'll charge in straight into your Redemptor Dreadnought then.
Alright.
Because you're going to use them to shoot and pile in anyway.
One command point to fire Overwatch. I'm going to use my Flamer, which is a heavy D6. That's 4 shots that go through. They automatically hit. So, strength for your toughness. So, strength of that is 5, toughness is 5.
Yep.
So, 4s and above. Oh, they all fail. Now, question to everybody watching this. Do I then continue on to the rest of my profile, or is that it? Because I'm confused. Because if I continue, then I need more dice. Shall I play? What do you want me to play as, Chris?
Continue.
12 heavy onslaught Gatling cannon. Because you can move on to a normal shooting phase, so this was what I would do, I suppose. So it does make sense. Okay, that goes off on 6s. All fail. Oh, one goes through. Yay. Strength of that is 6, toughness is 5, so 3s and above, and it fails. Heavy onslaught Gatling cannon, so assault D6, so that's 4 shots that get fired. So it goes off on 6s. That's a fail, that's a 4, yeah, so that fails. Okay, you may charge in. I have finished my shooting round.
Right. So I get to use my 6 attacks first.
You get to use your 6
Praying
attacks.
that these land well. Okay, so my 6 attacks are coming in with the Plate Claw, so it's 3s and above. Ooh.
Wasn't that near enough exactly your roll previously as well?
Yeah, so you're right, I should redo it. Strength is 8, toughness is
7.
So 3s and above. It's a plague weapon. Crying out loud. So that's 2 went through, minus 3 armour piercing.
So saves on 6s, 1s and a 5, so that's 2. How many attacks?
It was, I think it was 9 damage each.
Oh yes, of course.
2
Sorry.
damage each, so that's 4 wounds.
So reduced down by 1 because of my Duty Eternal ability. It's like the Discussing Resilient reduced down by 1.
Okay.
So how many is that then?
So that's 2 then. Because it's two wounds per attack, and you reduce by 1. So reduced by 1 and reduced by 1.
So we're on 11.
That's how I'd read it. If it's like not 4 wounds reduced by 1 to 3. Yeah.
2 separate attacks get reduced by 1. Yeah. So I'm down to 11.
Great. That made very little impact. Now you get to retaliate.
Yes. Swap in the camera. Jump cut. Okay. So the Redemptor Dreadnought gets an extra attack. Shocker Assault, so that's 5 attacks coming through. He's using his Redemptor Fist, because why not? Goes off on a 3+. Strength of that is 14, toughness is 5, so 2s and above, is that right? Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's 4 attack that go through, minus 3 AP.
So 4 plus vulnerable save. Did you say 4?
Minus 3.
No, 4 attacks.
Sorry, yes, 4. 4 attacks go through.
4 plus invulnerable save. So 1 went through. How many wounds?
D3 plus 3. So 3. 6. 6 wounds in total.
D3 plus 3, 6.
D3
Stabbed 5.
He's dead.
No shot.
Ah, you've got one last hope, come on.
So shrugged 2 off. I've got 1 wound left. Oh, with Ultramarine, yeah, it used to be 4+, it's 5+. So I'm down to 1 wound. So it all comes down to your turn now. So that's end of Death Guard turn 5.
Onto Ultramarines turn 5.
So you've got to kill me during this turn.
Okay, so Ultramarines' tactic is they can fall back and shoot. So I'm going to fall back.
Do you have to pay to do that? Or is that the charge?
That's like you're discussing resilient special ability for your army.
So if you wanted to then charge in, you have to pay?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so we've just had a little conflab, and the stratagem of cut them down is 1 command point, but basically you roll a d6 on a 6, you get a mortal wound for each model, so it's not worth the expenditure. So I'm going to save my command point for a potential command reroll, which could make all the difference here.
We hope.
We hope. Well, Joe hopes. So on to Joe's stuff.
So these guys are going to take a total obliteration on him. I always get Lord of Virulence, whatever his name is. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it goes off on a +3. So 1 fails. So I need strength of that is 8, toughness is 5, so I need 3s to wound. So 3 go through. -4 AP.
Well, 4+ invulnerable sleeves. Shrugged 1, took 2.
It's a d6 damage +2 because you're in half range. 7 and 5.
So
my brain just started.
6 and 4. Because I've discussed them.
Discussing resilient, yeah.
So 6 and 4, so that's 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10 shots. So 10 5s and 6s coming in hot, and he's dead. I passed 1. He died. Okay, so on the 5th turn, instead of playing it safe, I went cowboy and failed miserably.
You literally did what I tend to do.
I even discussed it and
Yeah.
said this will end badly, but it'll be more entertaining, so I'm going to do it. And it was. So would you like the honours of laying him on his front? Just so everyone knows, Joe once caused my Lord of Virulence to snap his plague spitters off.
Yeah,
I had to re-glue it back on.
I accidentally knocked it and broke this.
So, as a bit of a closing on that game then, so I quite enjoyed that one. Yes, I did decide to retreat a bit and try and pull the game out of the deployment zone, mainly because we have all of this lovely scenery here that we didn't use any of, and we managed to just play in the deployment zone. So that was on me because I charged in and got a bit gun-ho. So we could have been playing with all this lovely scenery here. That's the sound of dice dropping. It's our national anthem of this programme. So as you can see, it would have been nice, and we had all these different objectives back here, and what we realised is I was just too far away to actually take advantage of any of them. But this was a play test, so we can see, so maybe we will put up a shield that says you can't enter the enemy's deployment zone in the future.
Yeah.
Or maybe we have an invisible line barrier that just doesn't let you get closer than a certain distance.
If anybody has any ideas how we can improve the gameplay for Horde mode, let us know in the comments below. Let us know what you liked, and let us know if there's any particular piece of scenery that you like. Chris has worked quite hard on some of his stuff.
You've worked hard on yours as well, don't you?
Yeah, well. So the aim eventually will be, if we get enough subscribers, we can justify creating a Patreon page, and a lot of these custom stuff that we do will be on that Patreon page.
Rules wise, not scenery wise.
Yeah, rules wise. So yeah. So I quite enjoyed that. I quite enjoyed it. So let us know. So the other idea that we had is that you start with, on wave 1, you start with 5 troops, then the defender has to kill all 5 of those troops. Then you move on to wave 2. Then those 5 troops respawn with the next wave. So by the time you get to the 5th wave, if you obviously killed everybody else off, the 5th wave you'll have
An army.
Yeah, an army basically.
And I think that if you were to play it that way, I think we were thinking that if there's a certain checkpoint that you roll and it brings in a reinforcement on the enemy side as well, otherwise one HQ couldn't take on a whole army.
I mean, we're trying to sort of keep away from making a war. The idea is that we have like specific gameplays for HQs that we can put through like a bit of a play test. And if you guys want us to look into any specific sort of HQs or models to play test them for you, let us know. It'd be great. Any form of communication is wonderful and we appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
Hang on. So if you're watching this video and you've made it to this point, I'm going to roll a dice. On a 5+, you are going to like and subscribe. That was a 6. You've got to do it. 6, like and subscribe.
No special editing, it was literally God's will.
It is the dice God's will.
It's Nurgle's will.
You must like and subscribe to the channel, or the dice have foretold it.
For the Emperor, for Nurgle,